True North Reviews, True North Reviews, True North Reviews.
Hey there, welcome to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the Lil Nas X album, Montero. This is the debut full-length record from Lil Nas X, meme connoisseur, marketing genius, rapper, and pop artist. It is clear from one song alone, Old Town Road, that Nas X has been passed off as a one-hit wonder to start his career. An inescapable hit that fuels a great deal of his early success, but I strongly believe there is more to this artist than meets the eye. For example, his debut EP entitled 7 dropped back in 2019, and while it might not be the greatest EP in the world, I would certainly defend it in saying that there was a lot of promise being forecasted at the start of Nas X's career. After writing catchy song after catchy song and collaborating with producers such as Boy Wonder and Ryan Tedder, it made me feel like Lil Nas X was trying to be taken more seriously in his art than most of his fans would like to give him credit for. Even on the weaker tracks from that EP, I felt Nas X was primed for a breakout. Granted, he still needed to peel back some layers to have people get to know him a little better, but the hype was justified in my opinion. Now, the hype for this debut record, on the other hand, has been building for quite some time, and with a stylistic thread teased to be holding it together, it's personally become one of my most anticipated releases of the year. So what do we get? Does this album make or break Lil Nas X's career? Well, I hope it's the former because in terms of results, this album ranges from very good to great for the most part. In terms of tracks, Call Me By Your Name was listeners' first taste of the album, and everything about it is familiar but also new and different. It's a weird paradox because parts of the song are telling that they were written by the same artist who made Old Town Road, but it also shows an enormous amount of growth. The reason why I say that is because the track's brevity and structure are in essence the only aspects about the track that make it comparable to Old Town Road in the first place. Either way, the title track is a hell of an opener. I love it. The same goes for the subsequent cut, Dead Right Now. Sure, it won't stream as big as the title track, but the shape and song structure pay off like it's a single as well. The mix of this track is phenomenal. The highs cut through like a knife, and the additional vocals add a great presence to this track. I absolutely love and can't get enough of the part of the song that has Nas X shouting hallelujah at the end of the second verse. That takes us to track 3, Industry Baby featuring Jack Harlow. Something about this track seemed off at first. The mixing takes a lot of the oomph of the low end out of the equation, but still I can't get enough of the horns and catchy hook that redeem the track. I also can't get enough of the following song, That's What I Want. Really everything that I could want in a song is here. An anthemic chorus that is pure bliss, a lyrical narrative that is happy yet not cringy in how happy it is, and solid production courtesy of Ryan Tedder of One Republic. Surprisingly so, but we'll take it. Skipping over the interlude track, it could have been cut, but it's short enough that you barely notice it while it's on. Scoop, however, is the name of the 6th track, and this features a generic trap instrumental, but like all other songs I've mentioned up until this point, it's instantly catchy and memorable. Even the Doja Cat feature happens to win me over, and that's someone who I haven't always seen eye to eye with in the past. On the flip side, I have always enjoyed a lot of Elton John's music, and it's interesting to see him featured on the track One of Me, not because the song is inherently bad, but I simply couldn't find the reason why Elton's name was tied to this song initially. I couldn't hear him. Now, it's fairly obvious once you look at the playing credits on the song, but piano wasn't my first guess of what Elton would be doing on the song with Lil Nas X. I would have expected Elton would sing a verse or maybe comment on something lyrically, but hey, he still plays piano great. There's never a doubt in that. The track itself is fine in response to Nas X's haters. I just would have liked to have heard a vocal feature from Elton, since the two shared great chemistry together on a Uber Eats commercial of all things. Carrying on though, Lost in Citadel is another song on the project. It leans into pop punk and its sensibilities. I think it's pulled off with great results. I also think the same for $$ Slime featuring Megan Thee Stallion, which sees glossy horns make a reappearance from Industry Baby. Lil Nas X makes some great references to Babe Ruth and baseball, but Megan might steal the spotlight with her quotable bars. Many of them having to do with her wanting to have her own porn category, IG suggestions, some wordplay on prosthetics and genetics, and even the Eminem reference is appreciated. Now, not everything is amazing on this record. Certainly the deeper we go into the track list, there are some songs that I take issue with. Tales of Dominica, for example, has a cutesy tune and rhythm. Yeah, it's easy to sway and snap your fingers to, but it's not the greatest written song ever. Continuing with the deeper vocal register, Sun Goes Down is one of the album's singles, and truth be told, it's not that obvious that would be a single. Look, I will give credit where it's due. The harmonized vocals on the chorus sound great, but majority of the runtime, in my opinion, is wasted on forgettable verses and an underwhelming performance. Still not as low as the project goes. The cut Don't Want It is easily the weakest song out of the bunch. It's not bad per se, but it's not much of an original song either. The only interesting detail about this track, in my opinion, is that it interpolates Mockingbird by Eminem. Making up for mistakes, Void is an emotional and vulnerable tune. It's this letter that Lil Nas X writes to a younger version of himself, warning of the dangers that come with fame. All of that is great lyrically, but musically is what keeps me coming back for more. Each listen, I find myself focusing in on the continual and steady growth in the dynamics. This is, of course, emphasized by the pounding drums, pretty guitar, and strings. Now, the track Void didn't immediately connect with me, but one track that did with no question was Life After Salem. This track is a take on lo-fi, sad rock, and because of that, it's way more emotional than the average pop artist sounds. Granted, the production is rough around the edges, but that's arguably what brings the charm and allure to the track. Between Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo and now Lil Nas X, it's gonna be tough to pick who did rock music and pop better this year. Now, closing out this record is the song Am I Dreaming featuring Miley Cyrus. Who better to have on a track about dreaming than Miley? After all, we all know what happened on her Dead Pets album, right? Kidding aside, Miley sounds great on this track. She picks up right where she left off on Plastic Hearts, and my goodness, there is a lot of chemistry between Miley and Lil Nas X. They share a great performance, and narratively, I appreciate the idea of wanting to be remembered, especially in the case of Nas X and his one-hit wonder career. Overall, though, this Lil Nas X album is great. It may lose steam towards the back half, but it ends well and has some great features all throughout. On Montero, I think Lil Nas X separates himself from his contemporaries. He does a solid enough job to distinguish himself from others. This is pop rap done right, and at the end of the day, love him or hate him, Lil Nas X, he knows his way around a tune. He knows how to write a catchy song. I'm feeling an 8 out of 10. There you have it. There's the album review for today. Make sure you guys sound off down below in the comments. Tell me what you guys think of this music, whether you agree or disagree. I'm here to engage with you guys. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. I'd appreciate that as always. Thanks for watching and have a rockin' day.